Hello DAPPS users and welcome to DAPPS video tutorial 5, DAPPS outputs. In the last episode, we ran a population projection in DAPPS. In this episode, let's take a look at the outputs from that projection. If you want a review on how to run a projection in DAPPS, please see video tutorial 4. To begin, make sure you are on the projection page where we last left off. You can get to the projection page by clicking on the projection icon on the vertical menu to the left. From this page, let's go to Save Projections on the left-hand panel. You should see the projection we created in the last episode, projection_1_2050. Before we explore the outputs, let's look at the various operations that you can perform on the Save projection. You can see that there are 6 icons on top of the projection name. The first one from left to right, the gray star icon lets you designate a projection as the control projection in DAPPS when you are working on a subnational population projection. Next to the star is the lightning bolt. It's a dashboard view of the projection outputs. The third icon, a black file icon with an arrow out, lets you export all the output from the projection in one file. This will bring up a window that lets you select where to save the data. The outputs are saved in R data format, which can be viewed using R or RStudio. We will cover how to save individual output tables as CSV files later in this video. The fourth icon of a yellow square with a pencil lets you edit the projection name. Next to it, the blue file with an arrow lets you import and reload inputs and parameters of the projection in the Build Projection section. This lets you make changes to the projection and rerun it. The sixth and last icon, the red trash, allows you to delete the projection output. Now, let's look at what is in the outputs. The easiest way to view the basic summary outputs from the projection is to click on the green lightning icon. Go ahead and click on that. When you click on the green lightning icon, you will see that a dashboard is populated on the right-hand side of the screen with plots of the summary measures. You can click on the display button to change the display from graph to table. You can expand the window containing the output if the table appears too small on your screen. In addition, you can use the Toggle Display Panel button and Toggle Projection Input Panel buttons to the right to collapse the left panel so that the display panel takes up the entire width of the window. Clicking it again changes it back to the split screen view. You also have the option to erase the display with the first button in the right-hand menu. If you want to see detailed table, you will find them in the detailed tables on the left-hand side of the screen. DAPPS projection outputs are structured as a series of expandable lists. Click on the name of the projection and you will see a list of 4 topics: summary measures, output data, detailed tables by year, and detailed tables by age. The summary_measures contains aggregate summary measurements by year. The output_data is also organized by year and contains the projection outputs used to calculate the summary measures. The detailed_tables_by_year has sex-specific tables by age and year. The detailed_tables_by_age is organized by year with age-sex tables. Detailed tables by year. Let's view an output table from the list of outputs on the left-hand side. Before we do that, you may have noticed that the right panel is getting crowded. To make some space for our new graph, you can clear the panel by clicking on the eraser icon. This will clear the entire output display area. Now, let's look at data from the detailed_tables_by_year list. Click on Detailed Tables by Year to expand the list. Scroll down and let's open the population_single_year_ages_by_year_for_male. The table option shows the male population broken down by single year age groups, in rows, for every year of the projection, in columns. If you want to see the data in a graph, you can click on the Display Type button and choose Line Graph. This displays a line graph. You can click on the legend with the years to hide any years that you don't want to see. You can select the animated line graph option to see changes in age distribution over time. You can click on the image to pause the animation. Next, let's view an output from the list, detailed_tables_by_age. Before we do that, let's clear the display window again. We used the eraser button to clear the screen last time, but you can also delete one display window at a time by dragging them toward the bottom of the screen. You will notice that a trash can will appear. Drag it toward the trash can until it turns bright red. Click on detailed_tables_by_age. You will see that this shows another list of years. We'll expand the first year and open the output table, population_single_year_ages. This table shows the male, female, and total population by single-year age groups, as well as percent male, percent female, percent total, and sex ratio at each age group. Finally, let's view an output from the list, output_data. This list contains the output data for each year of the projection. The tables in all the other lists are created from this data. As before, let's clear the output display area using the eraser button on the right. After expanding output_data, let's go to the last year of the projection, 2050, and expand it. We will look at the table, population, by clicking the grid square next to the name. When you click on the display type, you will see three options: table, line graph, and pyramid. Let's look at the population pyramid for 2050. Select pyramid. Here you see the population pyramid for 2050. You can also look at the table and line graph. There are a few export options available on the projection page by clicking on different objects. We will go over these options. Click on Output Data, and click on 2050, our final projection year. Then click on Population 5-year. You will see a table displayed in the right-hand side of the screen. Click on the display and select Pyramid. You can export a graph by right-clicking on the graph itself in an output display window. This brings up a message asking you if you want to export the graphic as an image. When you click on Export, another window opens that lets you choose where to save the graph. To download the table, you can click on the Download button at the top of the display box. This will bring up a message asking you if you want to export it as a CSV file. If you click on Yes, a pop-up window opens that lets you specify the location of the file. Some output tables will have an icon for two arrows next to the download icon. If this appears, that means you can move your output table into the input section to be used for another projection. If you click on that, the Add Input Data form will pop up. You can enter the information and import the data as you did with other data inputs. If you want to save the entire projection output, you can select the black export file icon third from the left next to the projection name. This will export your entire projection output data in an RData format. In this episode, we have introduced you to some of the different outputs produced in DAPPS. There are many more, and we encourage you to explore on your own. This concludes the episode on DAPPS outputs. Check out our other videos in this series to discover more information on using DAPPS.